I'm David Valdez, and I am the author of On Paying Attention, which is the first play in the Walking Play series.
My name is Jess Meyer, my pronouns are they, them, and I am the director for the first 3 plays in the Walking Play series at the Lyric Stage Company.
And I'm Patrick Gabridge, and I wrote Monstret Viam, which is the last play number 6 in the Walking Play series.
When I was working on the first play, it was at the end of the summer that was what I think of as the summer of the Black Lives Matter movement and the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and they both were fresh in mind. And I thought, this is what I have to write about.
But I was writing number 6, so I was thinking a lot about how all the other plays were going to loop together into this one. So I waited till all 5 had drafts, and then I read them all, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? But it was a tremendously interesting challenge.
Welcome, everyone.
Hi, guys. Audio dramas it's a very different ball game. And so I think everyone involved is finding new creative ways to kind of establish trust in a rehearsal room that doesn't actually have a room, and creating a virtual space where actors who have never met each other and are recording in different time zones halfway across the country, how do I get them to trust each other? How do I get them to listen to each other? I think people naturally have that kind of bonding when you're in a rehearsal room and you go on a 5 and you go to the water fountain together. It's just like the little things that you miss. And so I really wanted to be conscious of on Dance Breaks, our wonderful production manager, Asia, would play songs to get them in that space with each other. I hope that as many of them that are able to, and that want to have access to actually walking the route.
I chose the route up Boylston, but while walking up it, I discovered a gold dome on top of the building. I saw this gold dome for the first time last fall. And that was because the instruction said, keep your eyes open for things people will see along the route. What are the Easter eggs? I would never have noticed that. Clearly, I would not have noticed it.
My path is pretty far. I think if you walk this, you probably have to pause it because it's a lot to take in at one time. And then the world that Melinda had set up was really specific. And I loved that she painted this imagery in an audio play that you couldn't reproduce in theater if you wanted to. You can really paint these things in your mind that are richer than anything we can create through CGI or through sets.
It becomes a lot more about breath and about listening and about authentically speaking from a place that sounds like you're not forcing it.
I've worked in audio for a while, and I like working in it for that reason. Someone had said, an interview I heard the other day, audio is the most visual medium.
I hope that they feel the connection palpably between art and the world that we live in, and the moment that we are in, and the words that are being said.
So I'm Patrick Gabridge.
My name is Jess Meyer.
And I'm David Valdez.
Thank you very much for joining us for the interview.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks so much.